Hello, hello, hello. It's a different type of show today. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's so good to see you here. My name is LeAnn Lyon. This is the Lead with LeAnn show. Normally, I get the privilege of interviewing other entrepreneurs, talking about their lives, seeing, hearing about their story, how they got from where they started to where they are today, what their plans are for the future. So lots of great stories. Go back. Watch my whole first season. It's season 2. And I went through a thing. So I thought I would take today to just revamp what happened and not revamp, but just keeping it real here, guys. This is live. But just go over everything that happened. Many people ask me, well, what did you do? What did you do to get hacked? What did you do to get unhacked? And all the stuff in between. So there's probably a lot of answers. I'm going to get completely wrong on this, but I'm going to give it a try anyway. So feel free to follow along. Here we go. Phew, taking a breath. It was a long road. Let's just admit it. It didn't feel good. I didn't like it. Um, but I'm going to give you a little bit of backstory first. A couple of years ago, before I had a show, before I'd really ever done much with anything live, presenting, things like that, I did start having a YouTube channel. I had a YouTube channel that actually did pretty well. I had a couple hundred followers, not like blowing it out of the water, but I had a couple hundred followers and had about 7,000 views of the videos that I was recording, and I felt pretty good about it. And one day I woke up and I didn't have a YouTube channel anymore. And that was pretty much what I wanted to do. It was what I thought I was doing. And so um, to not have it anymore, my YouTube channel anymore, which is a social media channel, it was really a gut punch. And, not to get too graphic, but yeah, it was a gut punch to the fact that I actually got sick 3 times that day. I shut down. Um, I had based a lot of hope and a lot of trust on that social media being there and being an integral part of my business. And suddenly it was gone. Um, 10 months later, interestingly enough, I did get it back. Now, in that situation, I wrote to YouTube. They said that I had done something I had not done. And so I had reported that, no, you're wrong, your AI thing, which they are definitely using AI to gather information. I said I got it wrong. I wasn't yelling at anybody. I wasn't doing anything wrong. I get very enthusiastic and I speak really fast and I sometimes maybe get really excited, but that's just me. I'm not cursing. I'm not doing anything bad. I'm not harming anyone. I'm not yelling at anyone. What's the problem? It took them 10 months for them to give me my own YouTube channel back. No, to be fair, did I own the YouTube channel ever? No. Really, they owned it. And in fact, I probably gave up a lot of rights because, when you agree to those terms and conditions, y'all, people are like, how do they know this much about us? I'm like, well, how often have you read your terms and conditions on everything you've ever signed up for? Most of us, start skimming through it and we realize we really can't change the terms and conditions. You either accept it or you don't. And if you don't, you don't have access to the software. So most people, for better or worse, if you're skipping over your terms and conditions, you may have given up a lot of rights that you may not be aware of in terms of what they can do, what they can use. I'm talking recognition of your use of your face, your videos. Who knows? It's hard to say. So if you don't like that, the current world is getting harder. But 10 months later, I did get it back. I managed to hold a grudge for quite a while after that before re-engaging on YouTube. I do have a pretty good YouTube channel again. And at the same time, I don't rely on it. I have backups. I had backups actually. I had never posted live on YouTube, fortunately. I did have all of my recordings saved privately. And for that reason, I was able to, with some effort, time and effort, put most of my videos up on the Vimeo channel instead. So now I have a Vimeo channel and a YouTube channel. I'm probably going to look into some other platforms as well, just because, once again, we don't own even our own spaces on those platforms. And YouTube is really no different on YouTube. Facebook is really no different. So let's dive into Facebook. I'll just kind of try to walk through the timeline of what happened and you can follow. So I'm going to share my screen with this very cool feature that we can do now. I'm going to see if I can do it this way. So give me just a moment to find my screen. Here we go. I think this worked. So this is my YouTube channel, my original YouTube channel. If you want to see it, I keep almost everything public, for real. I just live my life out loud. It's the leann.g.lion account. You can see that up here. And on March 1st, I had posted this post, which talked about working at a school and careful not to, of course, have any kids in the photo. So that's March 1st. That was on a Thursday or Friday. And then I posted another one. I've been posting these kind of funny real estate posts. That was also March 1st. March 2nd, I posted this one is shareable. Who needs to hear this today? Friends become our chosen family. Thought that was cute. March 2nd, I also was featured coming up on March 3rd, I was going to be speaking on When Women for International Women's Day. So I was working on what I was going to be doing and getting ready for it. And oh, this is such a cute puppy. Why not help this friend out? This is March 2nd. Obviously, I'm just an evil person. And that's it. The next post that you see is March 28th. So I had a gap here of 26 days. But indeed, there were two posts that happened in between. And if I scroll down to see all photos, you'll see what those photos look like. Give me a moment. I did delete the posts. As soon as I got my account back, I deleted the post, but I think I saw that the photos were still in here. That the person who hacked my account. So what happened is I woke up in the morning on the 3rd, and I was not able to access my account. Oh, there they are right here, these two. So I woke up and this was on my account. And with the words Vietnam is #1. So, it's just not something I post, okay? Not going to get into anything else about that. But these two things are not things that I would typically post. And yet, as you can see, here's the picture I'd done before the posting. And here's the picture I did 26 days later. I changed my cover, and I'll get to that part of the story soon. But basically, I woke up, I tried to log in to Facebook, and I couldn't. I tried an old login, I tried to recover my login, and pretty much everything that I tried just wasn't working. So I'm gonna have to scroll down here again. I want to get back to that part of the story, but go back to posts. Everything I tried, it did say, hey, you can reset your email address. So I did. And I almost immediately got an email to that new email address. And the only weird thing was it was in an Asian style language, which of course I could not read. I had no idea what language it was in either. And so I had really no choice other than to um, try to decipher, hey, where are they probably asking me to click the button? And I did. And then I really lost control. So, lesson number one, don't push buttons just because you think you know you're supposed to, if it's in another language. I mean, I should have taken the time probably, although I was worried about it being a time sensitive thing. I don't know exactly what happened. I suspect maybe my hacker was notified that I was trying to change my account and somehow also got into my new email account and was able to take it over. Um, how did it happen in the first place? Well, the email address that I used in the past for my Facebook account was one that I'd had for probably since I started having an email address. Like it literally could have been a 25-year-old email address. And um, it's just one of those that had fallen by the wayside, hadn't checked it. And so that morning I logged into it. It was a Yahoo account. And in fact, it said, you haven't logged in for over a year. So we've put your account on hold. Well, maybe because I restarted it and yet I don't get any emails there. So I strongly suspect that whoever hacked the account completely hacked it. I mean, I do get some stuff, which is really weird. And if you ask me why, really am not going to be able to explain it. But I did get some emails there, but anytime I would try to reset or get a new password, nothing would show up there. And then as I dove into my Facebook account, and you can't show all of this anymore, and I didn't screenshot everything because it was just more misery than I could handle. Um, but I would, I noticed that the phone number was changed, to try to get my account back. The email was changed. All of it was changed to updated in 2024. And truthfully, sadly, I hadn't updated anything in many, many years. So lesson number one, keep on top of your logins. And lesson number two is um, do the double authentication. How much time would it have taken me all those years to do a double authentication? The few times I even have to log in because um, it doesn't really take that long. And I don't have to log in very often. So if I'd had to log in a couple of times, um, it it really wouldn't have taken me much time. So I wish I had done that. Lesson number two, do double authentication. Which of double authentication? I'm not going to tell you which. There's options. You can do, a text message coming to your phone. You can do an authenticator app, like a Google Authenticator app, or Facebook will give you a Facebook Authenticator app. But somehow, maybe it's just me, I'm thinking that doing a double authenticator on for Facebook using Facebook, that didn't make sense to me. So now I do have, you know, things. I'm not sure how I feel about the whole authenticator app though. I really don't. I'm like, I couldn't they hack that too? I feel a little bit more like they wouldn't be able to hack my phone, but if somebody else knows better, please let me know. I am open to learning and being better and then sharing the knowledge. So, uh, so what did I do? I started a new account. So I'm going to show you that now. So I have to open up a different browser, and here it is. So this is my old account. The only way you can share two accounts, I have them both active, is to be on different browsers. So this is on the Firefox browser. The other was on my Chrome browser. Just teaching you a little technology in case you're interested. And so I put up this post as my picture on the website. I just said, please don't friend me here right now. I'm trying to get my real account back. Please help me, Facebook. And that was on March 6th. It actually took me from March 3rd to March 6th to get to this point. March 3rd, 4th, and 5th, I was just frantically trying to do it the other way. I asked my friends to report it hacked, to report it stolen. Nothing seemed to get through. Nowhere I went seemed to lead me any place that would actually help me. And so this was my next attempt, was to start another account. Eventually, not right away, I did fill in all of this bio. I'll tell you when, because I thought maybe I had to. Remember how I told you I got sick when I got my YouTube channel taken away? Well, this time I didn't. I think there's a few shifts that have happened in the last couple of years. First of all, Facebook isn't the basis of my business. I use it a lot. I share a lot on Facebook. I enjoy being on Facebook. I love seeing what other people are doing on Facebook, but it's only one avenue that I use, and it's not even necessarily a business driving social media platform for me. There's others that would probably be a little more painful. So lesson there, know which ones matter the most and do what you can to have security and have backup on those. For instance, some social medias, you can get information saved. Like I have 3,000 followers on another social media, and I can actually save who those followers are. So if something were to happen, I would kind of have a list to start with to reach out. In the case of Facebook, I had 2.7 K followers on my normal account, but I had no way to really download those as a list, or I just didn't know about it if there is a way to do that. So like I said, back to here, March 6th, I set this up. It was amazing to me that I set this up and people were starting to get this picture, which my daughters are like, take it down. It's a terrible photo, Mom. It is. Um, and I even put it up a second time, trying to make it look good so that people, my picture would show it up here and people could read most of that. But certainly I thought, well, they'll see the posts. But the reality is that people don't really see most of your posts. Like 1 to 2, at most, maybe 7 to 10% of people will see any given post. So if you're not posting, people just won't realize you're not posting. And when you do post, not 100% of people are going to see your post. So reality is, if I really wanted this to get to people, I should have posted a whole bunch all at once. I didn't, because I actually didn't want people to follow or like this account. I did put this post up because it just spoke to me on March 8th. I have not yet recovered my account, stolen last weekend. Pray for their soul and for all who perpetrate sadness with theft and malicious intent. So I'm going to shift a little bit there, because in starting this account, I was now able to send a message to my old account, and I did. So as you can see, people have continued to message me, and the number of people who are potentially not safe people to follow did follow me over here. Now, these people I'm showing you right here, these are mostly friends, because later on, like I said, I reached a point where I just felt like, even though I wasn't, whoops, that's not going to work. What was that? I want to show you my discussion with myself. Even though I didn't feel sick, and even though my business wasn't quote unquote dependent on this account, I still missed it. So 15 years of celebrating family and events and birthdays and, thoughts and musings and funny things was all in there. And I felt terrible that it was gone, it just gone. I mean, but I don't know, maybe it's just an age thing, right? I'm mid-50s, realizing eventually it's all going to be all gone. Right? Eventually, I mean, my kids don't hardly want to see my Facebook stuff now. Maybe they'd want to see it a little bit more when I'm gone, but who knows? So on March 7th, that's apparently when I actually started this account, was on the 6th, I think. And then on the 7th, I had the idea of, hey, I'm going to reach out. And this is the very first thing that I sent to the person who had stolen my account. I said, the Lord will rescue me from every evil attack and will bring me safely in his heavenly kingdom. To him the glory forever and ever. Amen. I am praying for your soul. How many of you would do this? I'm just curious. How many of you would do this? I am praying for your soul, the everlasting part of you. If you know Jesus and call on him as your savior, you would know to love others, not hack or harm them. Read the book of John in the Bible, the New Testament. For God so loved the world, he gave his only son, that whoever believes in him shall not perish, but have everlasting life. John 3:16. But I will show you whom you should fear. Fear him who, after your body has been killed, has authority to throw you into hell. Yes, I tell you, fear him. Luke 12:5 NIV. So, how's that for an introduction to the person who now had control of my account? And this is the response I got. So, I sent that message at it has the times in here, I'm sure, at 12:47 a.m. Yeah, sleep deprived, whatever. And at 3:22 a.m., this person responded with, do you want to get your Facebook back? I want $200. Now we can message and call each other. Yay. And guess what? That person did try to call me at 3:24 a.m. Fortunately, I slept through it. Had I been awake, I probably wouldn't have answered anyway. Obviously, this person has passable written English, but anyway, if you don't need your account, I will delete it permanently. Lovely. I said that would be very sad. I have spent many years developing relationships and helping people because of what I have done on Facebook. The purpose of my life is to be a blessing to other people. What is the purpose of your life? I only need $200 to feed my family, and that's all I need right now. Right now, here's me going back and forth with who knows who. I don't know if I'm talking to a man or a woman. I really don't know what country. I'm assuming somebody in Taiwan based on the post that they put up, but I don't know. Right now, and then that is the problem. I am also, unemployed, technically. Nobody's paying me a wage or salary. And so this is not money I have either. I've been working hard for years to develop something that could help me make an income and be able to help others. And you stealing my accounts is setting me back 5 years. Okay. All right. So that's where we left it. March 7th and March 8th. I chimed in again with some more Bible verses. But in your heart, revere Christ as Lord. Always be prepared to give an answer to everyone who asks you to give the reason for hope that you have. But do this with gentleness and respect, keeping a clear conscience, so that those who speak maliciously against your good behavior in Christ may be ashamed of their slander. For it is better, if it is God's will, to suffer for doing good than doing evil. For Christ also suffered once for sins, the righteous for the unrighteous, to bring you to God. He was put to death in the body, but made alive in the spirit. After being made alive, he went to, and so forth. You can look it up if you want. It's a long passage. 1 Peter 3:15 through 22. And And then I said, now, this is a photo that I shot. I guess it's going to open. So we'll wait. Is this interesting or I guess it didn't open. And now we're back at the top, so I'll just scroll back down. But a screenshot another verse. Now reform your ways and your actions and obey the Lord your God, then the Lord will relent and not bring the disaster he has pronounced against you. As for me, I am in your hands. Do with me as you will. Think it is good and right. You can do what is right and restore my account to me. There are other ways to make money and support your family other than deeply hurting people and making them sad. March 8th, I don't need that. If you don't give me money, I will use your advertising site until I finish using it. I will delete my Facebook account, meaning my Facebook account. I don't follow any religion, so I don't trust anyone. And, you know, I didn't know whether this person did or didn't. I have no idea in what I was sending them, whether I was speaking to somebody who would have access to a Bible, know it, follow it, believe in it, hate it, any of that. No idea. Now, there is a theory that you should seek first to understand, then to be understood. Didn't follow that rule very well, did I? Not so much. But I'm just sharing what I did do, right? I'm sorry to hear that. We only live here a few decades. The eternal life is a long, long time. And I got the response back of, again, okay. And here's part of it. So this person obviously is not moved by what I'm sharing, but I do know that they read it, they heard it. And even if they're not going to change their way with me, and even if I had not gotten my account back, I'm so glad I did. Okay. But even if I had not, um, personally, it was more important for me to try to stir up some sort of sympathy or possibility for them. And maybe it's something that's going to bear fruit 10 years from now after they've done this to too many other people. But what if more people asked for mercy? And I'm sure most people do. Well, I mean, who wouldn't? If you thought to do this, to have a conversation with the person who hacked you, obviously you're going to ask for mercy. But what if you actually also gave mercy? Now, I get that some of my posts are pretty hell and damnation, but I also started at the top with, some level of compassion, I think, compassion and forgiveness. Um, I said, you mentioned your family. Does that mean you have children? I wrote that on March 10th. I took a 2-day break there. And the response was, I'm about to sell this account. Someone is ordering it. Blah. So I wasn't going to pay the $200. Obviously, somebody else decided to or would or something, which is amazing to me. So here we'll go on with the conversation. I cried a little bit. I was sad, not cried. For we are God's handiwork, created in Christ Jesus to do good works, which God prepared in advance for us to do. Teach your children to be good people. Here's my last plea to this person: to do what is good, not to do harm. You are loved by your Creator too. Your Creator wants you to be a good person, to be a light in the world. You can make that decision at any moment to change your ways and to be a good person. Return my account to me. Right now, I just need money. I don't need to be a good person. For better or worse, they're not wrong. I mean, I'm not judging them as right or wrong. It's a state of the world that this is where we're at, and I'm sure there's people out there that are wholeheartedly agreeing with me. maybe even some people who feel that I should have paid the $200. Um, I knew that if I did pay the $200, that would only be the beginning. And who knows, paying $200, how? You pay the $200, now they get access to my bank account? No chance. Not not saying like there's millions there because there's not. But I can't see a way to safely pay a hacker $200 without somehow giving them either access to your account or sort of permission to keep coming after you. So I just wasn't going to do it. I would lose 15 years of memories over that. I said I would love to help you make money in a way that doesn't hurt people. This is what I like to do. So there's my offer. You obviously have skills. What did you dream of doing when you were young? I have a podcast and I interview people. The ones that are doing the best in life are doing something related to what they dreamt of doing when they were a child. And of course, they are helping people in some way. If you could do anything you wanted and make the money that you needed, what would that be? And that was at what time? 8:32 in the morning. And 6 hours later, I just bought this account for $200. Is this account yours? So somebody new who also has access to everything that was written above. So, but still apparently me, because they now have access to this account. I didn't notice a change in like the email address or anything like that. I don't know how that works, but I just said, yes, it is mine. Which makes me curious. Why you wanted to buy something that you know is stolen? For my work, I need accounts with high followers to be able to scam large groups. Blech. I'm confused. Scam makes it sound like you want to hurt me and my friends and family. I'm sorry if you are hurting so much that you want to hurt other people. Is there another way to do this? You have control over my memories of raising my children and adventures in my life. I am going to die. True. Very true. We all are. And you are going to leave this legacy for me? I don't understand what you say. Everyone needs a job, and this is my job. Your job is to cause harm, to hurt other people. I don't care about that. When you're in my position, you do the same as me. I am not allowed to decide. I just follow my life's lead. So there's so much that we can look at here and say, wow, this is real for this person. I'm they're not making this up. I'm not making this up. These are two people having this real conversation. I said, so you do not have free will? Are you being forced to do something you don't want to do? So I say, walk by the Spirit, and you will not gratify the desires of the flesh, for the flesh desires what is contrary to the Spirit, and the Spirit what is contrary to the flesh. They are in conflict with each other, so that you are not to do whatever you want. But if you are led by the Spirit, you are not under the law, and envy, drunkenness, orgies, and the like. I warn you, as I did before, that those who live like this will not inherit the kingdom of God. That's from Galatians. So again, back to quoting scripture, did a little bit more. I sent a song that I found just beautiful, inspiring, a Facebook song. It's probably a reel, actually. I got a thumbs up. We have free will to do good and right. You have gifts that can be used to help, not hurt. Another Facebook reel. Why does God allow pain and suffering? And that was it. No response. That was on, I have to get the date. Whoops. So, that was on March 22nd. So I think at that point, March 22nd, let me just check the date on my phone. So March 22nd was a Friday. And I don't think it was that day, but I kind of just let it go through the weekend and kind of just ignored things. And then so that's the whole chat. You saw the whole conversation between me and not me. Um, Meanwhile, over here, I had my own other journey going on. So please don't friend me right now. Then I posted something that tried to show, hey, current new photos of my home under construction. This is really me, for people who are starting to say, is this you? Can I follow you? And then I posted one of the uh, real estate type posts, a couple of those. Good morning, puppies and amazing meals. I must be visiting my daughter, so that's not on my account. Just starting to put some stuff in here. Mind blown. There's no Hebrew word for retirement. We're here to serve. Yeah, another real estate photo. And at some point along here, not quite here, I updated my photo. Still terrible, terrible one. Moving on to a real estate one. So starting to get back in the role of posting some things, but truth, my heart wasn't as much into it. All of these are real estate related mostly. And then I finally, on March 21st, decided, you know what? Here's where we go. My other account was hacked. I'm still trying to get it back, but this is where I am now. And I even showed a video of the date on my phone so people could say, if people came here, if they saw this video, they would be able to know that it was really me, that that they could safely consider this a safe account and that they might want to unfriend the other account. I changed my Facebook photo. This is my real photo taken March 21st, 2024. See live video. I changed the top behind me again. So see live video. This is me in case anybody actually clicked on the account. And then from there, I just went back to just generally posting. Yeah, real life. We had a beautiful snowfall. Um, and then on March 26th, still hacked. Now, I don't know exactly what date this came back. So another school photo. Um, by the way, I'll just give a public service announcement on this one. My honest and sincere apologies for invading your privacy abruptly. While I was scrolling, I came across your profile. I was fascinated. I tried sending you a friend request, but to no avail, asking me to friend them. And that, again, that's just there's something not right with that. I always report those posts. So anybody, don't do this. Started sharing things other people were posting. Uh, this one, my heart is full, and lately I feel a little bit like this turtle. Thank you, friends. This is a cute reel. People come in and the other turtles come in and gather underneath this turtle that is clearly on his back, and they flip him. The turtles flipped their friend. And I thought that's exactly what feels like is happening here. And again, through this whole process, I really did feel like both I'm okay if I don't get it back, but I also strongly felt like I would. And thank you to some friends that continually reached out, asked how I was doing. And here it is. This is the moment when on March 28th at 10:55 in the morning, I just randomly tried to log in and it gave me the option again to reset everything. And I mean, I'm like, I'm barely awake. Like I was so excited to, well, I shouldn't say that at 11 o'clock in the morning, but so I quick recorded this video, put this up here. Um, Search for this Facebook account and watch the video below. Now redirecting people back to my original account and um, a couple more posts did go on this account, I guess, just because I had to figure out which account I was working with. And finally, at the top of this account now is this pinned video. So, and I just changed the cover to be kind of like an arrow. um, Hopefully pointing people down to see the pinned post, my celebration post on my now English speaking original Facebook account. See you back there. In the previous video, everything was still in this foreign language that I still can't completely confirm what it is. So, that's pretty much the story. The only other thing that I can share is I've got some weird things showing up here. I did eventually. So what did I do? I did do a report that might have made the difference. So I'll be wrapping this up in a couple minutes here. Um, I did feel bad about it being gone. I called it a miserable March. Um, I also felt hope throughout the whole time that it was coming back to me, and it did. Did my posting, what I posted, have an impact? I don't know. I did, like I said, eventually I did find a way to make a report. I'm going to try to find it here because there's supposed to be um, there's supposed to be a way to see your messages. Like Facebook should have replied to me. So settings and privacy, help and support. I think I went to give feedback. I think this is where I made the report. Give feedback to Facebook, help us improve Facebook, and then something went wrong. So I don't fully remember which of these I picked, but I think possibly this one. Now, keep in mind, my other account has a little green check mark, which means it's Facebook verified. So I'm not gonna submit this report. So I went, yeah, this is definitely where I went. So help us improve Facebook. How can we improve? Choose an area. And then I went to, um, I'm sure I looked through it. Maybe profile, maybe homepage. What I noticed, or maybe other, probably other. Because I really didn't find I wanted to complain that their feature of verified, Facebook verified, really hadn't worked out very well because I pay money for that every month for them to Facebook verify me. So I think I selected that one. And then I just typed up every detail. Like I went back to my chat, I typed in the dates, I typed in the times, and then I did screenshots. So I added screenshots of like when they asked me for $200 and when they sold the $200. So I documented a lot of what I've shared here verbally with you, but I also screenshot all of those chats. I think I also screenshot the posts that that person had put on not only my homepage, by the way, but on several of my business pages. I did forget to tell you one thing. All of my accounts are really business page or promoter pages. And as long as it's not my personal page only I can post on, even if it's a business, even if it's a creator profile. But on my business pages, such as Start Restart Your Business Summit or Joyminder Solutions or Joyminder Lifestyle, those pages, I have one of my virtual assistants on as an admin, not just as somebody who can post and delete posts and things like that, but actually somebody who has the permission to close the whole page, shut me down, kick me out of the page. All the things that people are like, "Ooh, that's too scary." But as soon as this seemed to be happening, even on that Saturday morning, I reached out to her and I said, "Kick me," meaning my LeAnn G. Lyon profile, "out of everything you can. Kick me out of my pages." And I think that did save some of my pages from that person getting into them or being able to do anything on them because they were no longer admin in those pages. So that was lucky. They did end up, they meaning who the hacker did end up cancel or deleting one of my pages. It's just no more. You can't find it no matter where you go. But in this details section, this is where I typed in all the details of what happened, giving timelines and dates and everything I could. I added a lot of screenshots in here. And then I just said, okay, and I hit submit. Now, I don't see any place where they have replied and said, we've heard you, we see you. Oh, here's the support inbox right here. So maybe we'll find it live right here. Um, report about others, your alerts, no violations. That's good. Nice to know I'm not violating things. Community standards. So this is my support inbox. I apparently have nothing here. Let's go one more time. Help and support. We tried that. We tried that. Help center. This is where they tell you all the things that you can and cannot do. So I don't have proof that Facebook even ever heard the plea. I mean, I took at least an hour to fill in that thing that I just showed you. But there's no confirmation whatsoever that they ever, it's selected to on Facebook in notifications. You can always see updates in support inbox, even if you turn off notifications. But so notifications would have come in probably through Messenger. No, that's chats. But here's notifications. So if I scroll down through my notifications, I don't see a notification from Facebook saying anything about getting my account back either. So a lot of notifications. But nothing from Facebook that I can see. A week ago, 3 days ago. Interesting that it switched from a week ago to 3 days ago. 2 weeks ago, 4 days ago. Why is this random? um, so that's theoretically, oh, hey, I was invited to join this group though. Maybe not. So yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna wrap it up. I think I've shared everything I wanted to share with you. It was quite a month, and now it is April 8th, and it's all in the past. I'm grateful that I got it back. I'm grateful that almost nothing got deleted. I do have back all of my big accounts. I still have the 2.7 friends and followers of my regular account, and then a lot of people in a lot of my business accounts as well. I'm grateful. And my advice for anybody is, do everything you can, if you want to keep it. Put an admin on your stuff. Obviously, it doesn't have to be a person you pay. Maybe that's not the best idea. But put a friend, put a spouse, put an adult child if you have it on as an admin maybe for your account. So if something happens, you can reach out to them and they can kick you out before the hacker has a chance to start deleting things. Again, they're not going to be able to do anything about the page itself. I reported it to Facebook, but I don't know. Maybe, God willing, maybe some of my posts just finally, maybe they did have an impact on the person who claims that they spent $200 to get my account. Maybe they read through it. Maybe their heart was softened, or maybe I had an absolutely worthless account. There we go. Maybe my account just wasn't that valuable. High possibility. So with that, I'm going to end this episode of season 2 of Lead with LeAnn. I know I rambled a lot. I hope there was some value in there for you. I may try to shorten and turn this into some sort of a clip that would be a little bit smaller, but thanks for listening. Again, if you have any comments, I would love to hear from them. Hey, guess what? I have 2 accounts, but do go to the leann.g.lion account. Everything is fairly public there. Like I said, I believe in living life out loud. I know we're only here for a season, and I don't have anything to hide, and I'm grateful for that. So come be friends and send me a note and don't hack me. Please, please just don't hack me. I don't really want to go through it again. Okay, so with that, we'll wrap up. I will be back here next week with a guest, which is my normal. If you want to see my other shows, please go over to winwinwomen.tv. Go down to the entrepreneurship section. You can find me, or you can do a search right at the top for LeAnn. Find my show called Lead with LeAnn, which this is. It's every single Monday at 4 p.m. Central Time, 2 p.m. Pacific. Normally, I'm interviewing entrepreneurs. We have a great time. I don't talk as much. They talk a lot more. That's awesome too. And really interesting people. I've made some great connections with people over time. Hope that you will enjoy the show, and you can find it on YouTube as well and other locations coming soon. So join me back here on winwinwomen.tv next time. And until then, just be good people. I'm just going to leave it at that. Have a beautiful day.